Okay, hi. Welcome to Tarot by Naveen. It's great to have you here. I hope the reading is beneficial for you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and also consider becoming a Patreon member. It really does help the growth and development of the channel. Okay, let's get into your reading. Okay, Scorpio, hi. Welcome to Tarot by Naveen. We are going into your forensic analysis reading, and this is a new segment. If you like it, please let me know in the comments, and I'll consider, continuing it. So, what do I mean by forensic analysis? I mean, we're going to concentrate on everything more so in the energy of Scorpio as it deals with your internal dynamics versus your external dynamics. So external dynamics would be like friends, family, your business, or your work, or or like random things that happen around you, or something like that. Okay. Now, the internal is going to it will probably have some branches here and there towards external, just to clarify various things, but moreover, we're focusing on your internal dynamics. So that'll be like maybe your physical health, it could be your subconscious, it could be the universe highlighting a weakness that you need to work on, or a strength that you need to consider, or stuff like that, or an epiphany that you need to be made aware of, or something like that. Okay, so that's what I mean by internal dynamics. So what we're going to do, it's covering the time frame of May the 25th to June the 12th. And what we're going to do is we're going to have your tarot cards here, your Kipper, and your literary oracle. You're going to read a segment from there, your angel guidance, your angel oracle right there. And we're also going to have this key card here. And the key card is going to be like that overarching energy for everything. I will give a bit of my intuitive guidance on that, but moreover, we're going to look at the original meaning of the card to give you further insight into how it may play in your message. Okay? So please remember to subscribe to the YouTube page. Please remember to consider becoming a Patreon member. You could also see possible early readings and other things I'm trying to do on Patreon. So it might be very, very beneficial for you to consider. It really does also help the growth and development of the channel. Okay, so Scorpio, let us get into your forensic analysis reading. We have what's happening with you. Oh, wow. Okay, Scorpio. So internally, and this is like an internal card to a most extent. You have a lot on your plate right now. You're juggling a lot. You're concerned about a lot. This is the Eight of Swords. And the universe is coming through and trying to let you know that although some of these concerns might be valid, they may not be as extreme as your imaginings might depict them. But moreover, there are certain responsibilities, certain challenges, certain concerns that are not your own, Scorpio, and you have to let them go. You either have to, it looks like it's coming through for some of you, in your job or work related things, they're putting too much on you, or you could be a part of a group of sorts, and you're taking on too much responsibility, or taking other people's job or responsibility of other people, whereby they are not stepping up or handling or supporting their own responsibilities. And though you may want certain things to succeed, it is not fair to you to take on their load as well. This is something that you need to address, something you need to speak about. What I'm hearing, some of you may even create a certain begrudging atmosphere of you in relation to this cooperative, semi-cooperative understanding, to avoid certain lamentations is what I'm hearing, and also to avoid festering in a certain annoyance, frustration. You don't need to absorb their a lack of like work ethic, or you don't need to take on certain responsibilities so that the whole aspect of the thing won't fail. um, if what I'm hearing in certain respects, if the project or the situation has a hindrance of sorts, because certain things aren't done, but it's not necessarily your responsibility, sometimes you have to either speak to the overarching entities or individuals who are involved in this, who are in charge, or maybe even speak to the people whose responsibilities these things are, or just allow the chips to fall where they lie. This you'll know where this resonates with you depending on your particular circumstance, because I understand life is not black and white, it's full of grays, and sometimes we have to acquiesce, or we are begrudgingly have to involve ourselves to avoid calamity for everyone else, especially when there may be other people involved outside of dynamics who are innocent in certain respects, and they may not even be aware that you are the one who's picking up the slack. Okay, but like I said, everybody's situation is a bit different. So, but ultimately, the advice or the concern that the universe is trying to bring to you is that this is too much. This is not fair. And some of you may be having sleepless nights, or you're not even getting enough sleep. Some of you haven't had a reasonable way to relax because of the anxiety, because of the strain on you. And this could even be in resources in certain respects, but moreover, it's coming from your mental fortitude, it's coming from your time, your calendar, your space, okay? And you having to speak so much in certain respects and defend certain things that you don't shouldn't have to. Um, you some of these sorts, like I said, a couple of them, it's almost unavoidable. Life is not always, a picnic or anything. Sometimes you, for example, you may have children, and maybe one child or two children may require that you intervene in certain respects. And it's not necessarily a responsibility, but as a parent, for example, that's it's complicated, you know. But at the same time, you have to mitigate, you have to delegate certain actions or certain minutiae so that they learn responsibility, and you don't take on the entirety of what they probably should be focusing on themselves. Okay, and like I said, it's a little bit different for everybody, but the ultimate story coming through this is the universe saying you are taking on too much right now, Scorpio, and it's not fair to you, it's not fair to your goals, it's not fair to your health, it's not fair to your motion forward, and you need to address this. Okay, in the best way possible. You cannot continue in this way, is what's coming through. So let's see what else is happening. Yeah, look at that. Exactly what I said. See, the Four of Pentacles in certain respects, it's like pinching your pennies. Some view this is like a financial strain in certain respects. Some of you are focusing on keeping the foundations secure. You're focusing on trying to save in certain respects. You're also looking in managing the aspects of the physical elements of things, resources, time management, materials. There's a lot of pressure on you to make it like there's no room for any type of mistake or anything like that. Otherwise, the whole thing could come toppling down. This is you really trying to keep a firm grasp of the situation. Otherwise, like so many other things could go wrong. And you really need to address this. This should not be happening with this. If there's wastage happening, you need to address it. If there's certain people not saving or paying, for example, their part in an investment or fully, you need to address it. You cannot be expected to hold up the entire house, to hold up the entire nation. Okay, it leaves no room for your growth and your goals and visions and other things like that. Okay, this is not a way for you to live, pinching your pennies of sorts, and pinching your time, and you know it can be strained. It is strainful. It's stressful. Okay, Let's see what else is happening. Scorpio, and we have, yeah, look at that. My goodness. Scorpio. That is like a that is like you setting the new rules, setting the new groundwork. Look at that. You went from the Four of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. And this is where the universe wants to take you, wants to bring you. Okay. The King of Pentacles, he is delegated his authority. This is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to be moving forward in business or in savings or in the household or in the resources available to us to this particular project or this particular service or whatever have you. This is what's going to happen with your time management, your calendar, how we're going to use these finances, how we're going to use this our time, how we're going to save. He comes with the financial plan and he says it. He dictates it. This is what's going to happen. Okay, and he's very successful in that, and that frees him to to then focus on larger aspects of investment and flourishing and financial gain and other physical successes. He can even go to sleep and he'll know that money is being generated or the security of things is on a framework where he doesn't have to worry about the practicalities, especially living life. And this is fortifying his kingdom, making sure there's food there, making sure there's proper funding towards tasks that need to be orchestrated and funded in whatever type of way. So this is where you're headed, and this is also why you were told to really address this in the best possible way. Okay, Scorpio? Because you cannot be living like this. The universe wants to take you here. Okay? So let's see what your Kipper card has to say. Yeah, the gift. So there is an abundant upliftment that is waiting for you, but you have to get a handle of this, okay? So that you can move into this, because there's so much more waiting for you, and the circumstances kind of creating a stunt of sorts. Okay? There's more that's meant to happen for you, but you need to address this. Okay? So let's take a look at your literary oracle. Oh, wow. Time. That's hilarious. Time. We have Dracula. So let us see. That's number 53. Number 53. Hold on. Almost there. Okay, here we go. So, time, number 53. Patience, cycles, divine timing. Your guidance is embrace the new beginnings unfolding in your life. Time is as much a warning as it is a signifier of change. Fighting against time can make you a grotesque, a metaphoric undead, unwilling to live within the confines of the truth. Trying to hold on to lost moments stops the new from being born. Trust instead the process of renewal and step forward into the reality of your life. Your affirmation is, I will view time as an ally, understanding that each sunrise, each cascading moment is a chance for rebirth and a renewal of faith. And your literary part here regarding Dracula, I'll let you read this at your leisure. Okay, and I love this part right here because that's another aspect of what's happening here, whereby some of you kind of, where was that part? Trying to hold on to lost moments. It stops the new from being born. So right here, some of you could be tolerating certain things, maybe because of an underlying fear of certain things. You're not wanting to lose an individual or a situation, but ultimately it's holding you back. There needs to be adjustments to this. And that example of parent, for example, is coming through. And it may be your story, it may be something else, but it could be similar, whereby perhaps you are afraid of uh, what your child can then devolve to, or without your help in some type of way, or if they're still kind of leaning on you and not really stepping up to deal with their own life and their own responsibilities to build themselves up, and you're just, but it's like you don't want to lose them, but at the same time, you need them to move forward because you're being burdened by their lack of effort. There's an adjustment that needs to happen there because neither of you can move forward. Okay, in that regard. Okay, so let's take a look at your angel oracle card, and we have reconsider. Yes, like it's coming through like reconsider, like how you're going about this. Okay, but we are going to read the book also on what reconsider is. That's page number 60, 64. Okay, let's see what reconsider is saying here. There is an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. Excellent. So you really do need to reconsider how you've been going about this. Okay. And we spoke about that earlier, how you were handling certain things, but it's probably there's a better way. Okay. So let's take a look at your key card here. And we have, yeah, oh my gosh. Eight of Pentacles. Look at that. So you have Eight of Swords here, and your overarching is Eight of Pentacles, which it's in this reading. I almost feel like a two-sided coin with this vibe, because the Eight of Pentacles is like you have so much on your plate, like late nights, early mornings, just taking care of so much work. But it's work worth doing for the most part, and it will get you to a significant reward or abundance, or a better phase of things. You're really putting in certain elements which you've always wanted to be involved in, or working towards those dreams of sorts. But at the same time, your efforts in this type of understanding is you're not seeing fully or getting the most from your efforts, and it's going towards certain things that it shouldn't be, and you're left with hardly anything in certain respects. Okay, so that's my intuitive understanding. We're going to go to what the Book of Tarot has to say with the Eight of Pentacles. So let's get to the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, 1 second. Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Here we go. Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles are being carved out by an apprentice craftsman. He appears to be pleased and enthusiastic about his work, the results of which are nailed to the block of wood in front of him. When the energy of the Eight is combined with this card, it symbolizes talent and skills. It can indicate the possibility of turning a skill or talent into a profession, or the possibility of earning money through such a skill. Although things are still in the apprentice stage, do not let that hold you back. There is the possibility of new employment in the skilled field. Like, I think it should be this skilled field or something. Hard work and practical ideas are the solid foundations for establishing a new and lucrative career, both emotionally and financially. The upright meaning of this card is skills will bring financial reward. Patience. A new project has begun. This card represents learning and mastering new skills, which can lead to a new means of earning income or pursuing a new project. You are honing your skills in preparation for a new and challenging project. On the other hand, financial prosperity is predicted, and now is the time to maintain your composure and faith in your talents. Also, you are ready to head in a new direction or start a new project, business, or career. It also speaks towards some of the other early understandings whereby you could be involved in a project or a business or something like that, and you're taking on way too much. Okay? So, Scorpio, this has been your forensic analysis reading. I really do hope it was beneficial for you, give you some insight. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please consider becoming a Patreon member. It really does help the growth and development of the channel. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, so that has been your reading. I really hope it was beneficial, uplifting, and will be able to help you in your day-to-day. Thank you for being here, and I wish you all the best. Bye.